Well, hi everybody, and welcome to our 2025 Cyber Monday Day. Scott Kelby here with Mr. Erik Kuna.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
I'll speak for them. It's going good.
Yeah.
It's Cyber Monday. We got through the holidays and now we are ready to get back to work. Let me tell you what we're going to do in this webcast. It's not going to be a very long one, but it's going to be a cool one because here's what we're doing. Number one, without a doubt, of course, we're going to tell you about our Cyber Monday deal. It's the best deal we do all year long, hands down, nothing's even close. However, we're going to do something even more important, which is help you find deals. We've been searching all over the web, seeing who's really got some great deals. In fact, let's go ahead and start off with the one right now. There is a particular company that you know and maybe love that has they never give a deal. They just don't. They just don't give deals.
Yep.
Except for today.
Like this would be the day to definitely sign up if you're thinking about it.
So if you wanted to get the entire Adobe Creative Cloud, that's the full plan where you get Illustrator and Photoshop and Lightroom Classic and Lightroom Desktop and, you know, InDesign and Premiere Pro and the whole suite of Adobe products and tons and tons and tons of credits so you can do whatever AI stuff you want to do. Theirs is 50% off today. The best deal they've ever given, because they don't ever give a deal, right? It's always just you pay full price.
It's $70 a month, usually.
So Eric's got it on his screen now.
I don't know if they have my screen. That's what they were messing around with, which is going to really throw a wrench into a bunch of things.
Yes, it is. But, so they'll get it fixed.
$34.97 a month, just for today. You got to go sign up.
Instead of $70 a month.
Today is the day to sign up.
Today is the day. If you've ever thought, I want the whole package, and I want tons and tons of credits, you can't beat that deal. We've dug up a bunch of deals for you, so we'll be throwing them out throughout. But obviously today, like we said, is about KelbyOne. So let me tell you what we're going to do today. We're going to tell you what the deal is. For those of you who don't know what KelbyOne is, we're going to do a quick little demo. We're also going to do a live studio tour. I recorded a tour of us taking you through our studios here in Tampa, Florida, where we're based. And I'm just going to take you through, and you're going to see the whole thing behind the scenes and everything. All right, but if you're not familiar with KelbyOne, we do online classes on basically everything. Now, we do landscape, portraits, wildlife, all this stuff. We've got so many different categories. We've been doing this for so many years that we've got a huge, huge collection of stuff. But where we really, really shine and where we have the most training is for Photoshop and Lightroom. We know a lot of people struggle with the post-processing side of this, and we've got you covered in a crazy way. But another thing that makes us different is we have a cast of instructors that is incredible. And this group of instructors, this very, very special group, is only found here at KelbyOne. We've got amazing people. I mean, just look at some of these names here. Joe McNally, Lindsay Adler, Christy Shirk, Matt Klaskowski, Glenn Dewis, Jay Mazel, Terry White. You've got Tim Wallace and Rick Salmon, and you've got Jerry Johannes and Frank Durhoff, Serge Romali. It's a who's who of photography today. And we've just got so many different instructors. It's just on and on and on of the best known name. Oh, look, there's Erik Kuna. Erik Kuna's in there. Hey, there's Mr. Kuna. Anyway, tons of great instructors and more than over 100 instructors. We also have hundreds of full-length online courses. We got thousands of lessons. That's kind of what the deal is on KelbyOne. Hey, here's a few quotes that other people have said about us. This is from Steve Brazel's very highly regarded Behind the Shot podcast. Steve's podcast is awesome. And thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
And this one is from Richard Burnaby, who is a legend in wildlife and landscape photography. He's got a podcast called Behind the Lens. And anyway, so first things first, if you were to join KelbyOne, and again, I'm hoping that you will, and if you're going to, today's the day. It's like a Toby's deal.
Like the best
if
deal.
you're going to join, this is it. So take a look. This is what your dashboard looks like. So when you first sign in and you're a KelbyOne member, so you would have one button things to the things you're most likely to do, like Lightroom and Photoshop and landscape, travel, wildlife, right? And that just takes you to a ton of classes. You click on Lightroom and then it will take you to just a ton of classes just on Lightroom, on every possible Lightroom topic you could imagine, all right?
Yep.
That's what these one button clicks are for, of course. Anytime you can type in a search and find all kinds of stuff. You'll also see what this week's course is. This week's course is Printing Like a Pro in Lightroom. And then we have our own blog, and we've got featured discounts. So because we're at the size that we are, we've been able to negotiate discounts with all kinds of companies of stuff that you might buy. So we have discount codes for you to use. We're giving away the Lightroom Shortcut series to our members. We've got a featured track, which is our advanced landscape track, which is 5 courses with 26 lessons. And then you've got our new courses. We come out with a new course every single week. So that's what you're seeing here. This was this week's course, then some Lightroom, then Lightroom and Photoshop, Lightroom masking. We've been doing a whole Lightroom series, which I'll talk about a little later. Then it recommends some courses, then your favorites, the current courses that you've already started and you're kind of working on it. And then there's a photographer's fast track for people who are new to photography and want to fast track their learning. And then there's classes that you've completed or archived. There's just so much going on your homepage. So that's the first thing. Second thing is there are learning tracks. So if you go over here to learning tracks, there are learning tracks. And basically these are designed to get you started. Right? So for example, let's say that there's also advanced ones as well, but let's say you're just getting into travel photography. So this is 5 curated classes that we have hand chosen that we would tell a friend, you know what, start with these 5. It tracks your progress through each class and through the entire thing. And then when you get done with the 5 classes, then you're ready to move on and explore all the other travel classes. There are so many of these classes.
Yeah, so the learning track kind of gives you a basic foundation of where you want to go and then launches you from there.
Exactly. All right. Now, let's say that you chose to watch one of these classes. All right. So let's say it's this class here. Now, let me just click it going. All right. So what's nice about these courses is they're all broken into lessons. So you
can see actually right there, another thing, Scott, you've already started that lesson, so it tracks your progress. So it said what lessons you've completed.
I've watched 2 of these.
Yep, and it tracks it.
All right, and all the things that you would expect here, you can slow down or speed up, but I want to point out something that's really important. It's right here in this corner. Let me zoom in on it. Discuss course. You can go in and discuss with other people who are watching this course and the instructor. By the way, that's me. You can go in and talk and ask questions, and get answers either from me directly or from somebody else that watches the class and knows, or just happens to knows the answer. Happens to know the answer. And a lot of times you'll have somebody say, oh, I see Scott taped this class in Croatia. Oh, what other good places are there near there if I wanted to visit? Somebody might say, oh, Venice, Italy is 2 hours away, you know, and so things like that.
Or we'll chime in, all that good stuff.
Or we'll chime in. Anyway, so that's all here. We break it into different segments and stuff like that, all right? That's number 3. Hey, I'm going to pause for just a second and go over to Mr. Kuna for a deal. So do you have another deal for us? I know you do. You have many deals.
Yeah. So one of the things, you know, if you're getting into like, say you wanted to upgrade from, especially, there's some people that I know are still on like DSLRs. This is a great time if you want to pick up like a mirrorless camera, basically starting out. Like one of the deals today, Canon EOS RP. So you're getting a full frame mirrorless.
Good deal.
$749. Like that's a great deal for a really good camera, right?
Now, I will tell you this. I had the EOS R. I think you did as well, didn't you?
The R, yeah.
Oh, the R. This is the RP?
This is the newer one.
This is such a good deal.
Yeah.
So that takes
full frame sensor.
That takes better pictures than my EOS R, which I just had the R. And at that, I can tell you I paid a whole lot more than $749. Right. This has new features and new things that mine did not have. So, and you can see how many reviews there are, and it's got a great rating. Yeah. It's also kind of a little smaller and a little lighter, so I know that's important to a lot of people.
Yep.
Then that deal is pretty good. What else you got? Give me one more deal.
Well, and I'll just go to the 3. So we got Sony. Sony's got a great deal on their A7R, or the A7R4. Right? So you can get that whole bundle with the batteries, with the memory card, and it's less than $2,000.
Hey, that's a good deal for that as well.
Yeah, so, and then Nikon has their little, this is the small, like, you know, say you want a little smaller mirrorless camera, something in that more crop sensor. I mean, look at that, $696 for the lens and the body.
Wow.
So those are great deals.
Gosh, those are terrific deals. Holy cow. All right, we'll come back to more deals in just a minute. We're jumping back to the KelbyOne dashboard. So we have this thing called the Creative Toolkit that all members get. And what this is we continually just release things for you that you can download as a member, right? Look at this, Rob Sylvan, who's like a Lightroom super genius, his workflow presets, right? Then there's the Photography Visual Essentials Guide from Serge Remeli. And there's all these different ones, Mary Bell's Painterly Texture Overlays, these overlays you can add in Photoshop. And there's just so many things. Look at this. Kirk Nelson's got 12 icy window overlays. That makes it look like it's snowing outside, right? How I Did It. I Light It ebook by Lenworth Johnson, phenomenal fashion photographer. And there's just so many things in here. It's page after page after page after page of stuff that you get as a member. It is your creative toolkit. And it's just, there's just so much here. It's brushes, it's cloud sets, it's preset packs, it's all that stuff. All that stuff that you see for sale online, you get it free as a member, so that's kind of cool. All right, just to wrap this thing up, what else do you get? We release publications. So we release publications all the time. You can see them as ebooks.
Yep.
One of my favorite is our Lightroom Q&A and our Lightroom 300 tips. We've got like their killer tips on Lightroom and Photoshop. So we do all these publications. Our members get every single one of them. So that's
it's right there in your dashboard, right on the side there. You got the publications tab. You can click on it, and then you can download or view them online. All that good stuff.
Look, there's volume 2 of my Lightroom Shortcuts series. And there's just so many things that you can get there. So those are all part of your membership. And lastly, the last thing is we have an app. So if you want to be able to watch your classes offline, if you're flying, you can take your classes offline. So you're watching. And a lot of people do that. They're taking trips and they go.
And that's for Android and
iOS. Yeah.
iOS.
All right, so we have all those. All right, that gives you a little bit of the idea of what it's like. And we'll have a studio tour, a live studio. Well, it's not live, it was live when I did it, but you're going to see a studio tour that I recorded for you guys. I see some comments coming in
Yeah.
from some KelbyOne members that
'cause,
are
like,
watching today.
Nanette's saying KelbyOne is fantastic. If you aren't a member, you should be.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Nanette.
And then Krista's saying, I love KelbyOne. Lewis is saying, if you're into photography, whether beginner or pro, KelbyOne is a resource that pays for itself multiple times over.
Thank you, Lewis.
I agree. It helps me all the time. And then Met saying, KelbyOne is the best place to be. Go.
No, she says,
Go.
Go. Well, thank you all. And we also have people tuning in from all over here today.
Yeah, because Lewis is joining from Maryland. Lori's saying hi from a very cold Michigan. Elaine, all the way from Scotland.
That's
saying
Eileen.
hi.
Eileen's fine too.
Yep. And Diane saying hi from Lansing, New York.
Orangutan
Airman is saying hi from Florida. Orangutan Airman, hey. James B saying hi from Cleveland. Claire Jones.
Lady St. Clair.
Saying hi from the UK. Nanette saying hi from upstate New York. We're getting some snow. And then Michelle saying hi from Michigan. So we got people joining us all over the world.
All right, nice. Glad to have you guys here. All right, so I told you we'd have an insane offer. We will. We went through the 7 things that we wanted to talk about. Let's go ahead and give you a quick look for our studios. Like I said, our studios are based here in Tampa, Florida, and we're just going to give you a quick tour that I've recorded for you guys here. Let's just take a look. All right, we're outside. It's Florida. It's really hot. Let's go inside. All right, we're going to start here at the very front door of the studios. So in our studios, we have our own art gallery. So we built this gallery to be able to feature the work of our instructors and of our members. And so that's what we have here. And Bay Photo provided all these photos for us. And this is kind of the tour of this area. We have all daylights, balanced lights and stuff to make everything look good. We usually have little name cards that describe everything. All right, that gives you, and then hidden behind here we have just a bunch of office stuff, boo. But we'll head back out of here and head over to where we do most of our work. Obviously, we don't do a whole lot of work in the gallery, but it sure looks nice. And so we have a permanent collection of images of people that have been featured. So these are all KelbyOne members who have been featured in the gallery, where the entire gallery is filled with their images. Then we have this movable wall, and behind the secret movable wall is where we hang out. So we have a rock and roll theme to our studios, and that's why we have a stage, and everything actually works. It's real stuff, right? And then here's where we do our meetings. So this is kind of our informal meeting room, and this is where we hang out, and sometimes we have lunch here, we have meetings, and you can see all the rock and roll stuff on the walls. And we have lots of cool pictures and sticking with that rock and roll theme. All right, and now we get to the studios and the control room. So we'll just stick our head in there. That's Erik in the control room. That's not Erik Kuna, Erik Hathaway in the control room. And so this is kind of where we do the switching. This is where we do the grid, and we're doing today's webcast from. It's all called from in here, and they can control a bunch of different studios all over the place from here. And then there's a couple of studios in here. Oh, there's Kuna Man. Kuna Man's on our podcast set. That's the set that we use when we're doing our podcast for our VIP members. And we also have another set that we can use here with windows. You can see the kind of the fake lit windows. We have our fake staircase to nowhere that we can also shoot going this direction. And then we have another set that we have over here. All right, let's head out to our main studios. So here are the main studios, and there's a bunch of sets, including the set that we're broadcasting on today. Right here, up there goes Kathy P, swinging by. And this is, it's been a couple of different sets, but right now it's kind of our main KelbyOne broadcast set. And yep, we got some rock and roll lunch boxes back here. All right, let's scroll over here, and there's the grid set right there. And people often think it's a green screen set, but it's not. It's legit. It's real. Everything you see here is what you see, especially the Chinese food. So we bought fake food boxes so that it looked like they're real. Let me tell you, we had a great time when we put this set together. We went to all these electronic salvage places, And the stuff works, but it doesn't do anything. Like, you can plug it in and lights come on, but they're not attached to anything and they don't really do anything. But this is the grid set. Lots of weird stuff back here. Here's the fake food. Look, it's fake Chinese here. And spilled drinks and all, and Coke, and the Easy Cheese is real though. That's the real legit stuff, and a bunch of networking stuff that our IT department got together for us. Stuff that we weren't using, but it's cool stuff nonetheless. And then over here we have a bunch more stuff that we don't use and doesn't work. But it makes for great set pieces. All right, and across the hall we've got another set. This is actually can work as 2 different sets. We can shoot straight on or to the left with a brick wall. And then here's one of my favorite sets. So this set is made up of all TV screens. And so this is what I use a lot for, like, post-processing. So if I'm going to do a class on Lightroom or Photoshop, I provide the images for all these. For every different class gets a different set of images. We put that all in there. And then over here, we have 2 sets. This is where I do the one-on-one, which is for ON1 software. I do a podcast for them about using the ON1 plugins, and they're one of the sponsors of the grid, and great folks to work with, make some really killer stuff. And then we have this set, which is a British pub. And this is where Erik and I broadcast for our inner circle folks. And we like to keep a frosty mug of beer. So, you know, during the show, we can, but you don't want to send it, you don't want to put it at the camera. Oh, there's water in there. Sorry, Juan.
It's okay.
He's all wet. Okay, let's move someplace else quickly.
Give you something to dry off.
I'm okay.
All right, this is our coffee shop. Christina's in the coffee shop. You'd always find Christina in the coffee shop because none of the coffee here actually works. So, and I'm going to turn you on to one of our biggest secrets. Ready? Do you see that espresso machine over there? Yeah, it's not real. It's a prop. It's a box with a picture of an espresso machine in front of it. But we do have nice, like, stuff like bagels that you can't eat and croissants that you can't eat. And it's all kind of stuck there now. Looks good, looks delicious. It's hard as a rock. Don't eat any of it, especially the cake. There's a chocolate cake, don't eat that. All right, so let's head over to the next set over. And this one we call the Kelby office set because this is based on my wife's office. So she did her office like this and we built a set. And I actually taped a few classes in her set, in her office because it looks so cool. And so now this set, like a lot of the ones that you're seeing, are not dressed yet. So if we were actually doing a class in here, we would dress it and add some props and things in the background. We don't have those, so we're not doing the class. Now, as you can see, the middle of this is open. And this was designed years ago by Erik Kuna, who thought this would be great. We could roll the camera from set to set if we needed to move monitors or anything like that. And hey, let me show you what it looks like when we're on the grid set. So let's go to the actual grid and we get behind the scene so you can see what it looks like where I'm standing or where we're sitting, what we see when we're taping the show. So what we see, this is the view that we see. So the monitor that you see on the right, which is kind of off right now, is where we get comments and where we get comments from Christina and crew. And then the other set isn't lit. So everything in here when the grid is on is dark. And then we have another set of studios someplace else. Let's head over that way. We're going to head up here and go to the photo studio first, which there's 3 studios inside the photo studio. So inside here, if we want to do live taping of classes, that's in here. So this is where we do live shoots and things like that, right in here. And if you ever watched the KelbyOne class, you've probably seen us in here, and all those things hanging from the ceiling are for the video department so they can light the different scenes while I'm teaching the classes, or whoever is in here teaching. I'm not the only one that uses the studio for classes. These are movable walls that we have here that we move for different things to create separation and to create other stuff. Here's another set that we use. Now, right now we have the lights tied up high, but we'll lower them and we light that behind there. It's all lit and backlit. So it's kind of like a loft kind of look. And then over here, which is not dressed for presentation yet, but is a travel photography. So when I do travel photography classes, which is one of my favorite genres, we do that all in here. Now, if we head down the hallway, we also have another control room. So this control room in here, oh, Ron and Erik are in here. Hey guys. Hey. So this is kind of dim in here. Let me kind of bring the lights up a little. All right, so this is a secondary light switches. This is a bad light switch. Yes, I'm holding it. So this is a secondary control room, and I'll show you what it is mainly used for when we go out of here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Now you're in the dark. Now you're in the dark. So then we have our own built-in theater. It seats about 65 people. And this is where we can come in and do presentations. So we can do, sometimes you're doing a class where you just need a live audience, right? You need that feedback, you need that energy and stuff. So we do that in here, and it's got the screen, and then we don't have them turned on, but there's a bunch of TV screens up around that circular truss you see up in the ceiling. And the control room has a window from in over here where they can see what's going on the stage here. And then over here, we have a dressing room. So if we're doing, having professional models come in, they have their own dressing room here. And we've got all kinds of clothing that we keep here. And there is a restroom, and then there's another storage room over here. But if we have someone in here doing like hair and makeup and things like that, this is where they hang out, in here. And we'll take you down the hallway here, up out of here. And then on this hallway up here, leading out to the front, on the left, we have more images from our instructors and from our members that are along this wall. And then we have pictures of the instructors on the other wall. And then we are back out to the gallery. And that is your tour, folks, of behind the scenes tour of the KelbyOne studios. And now we'll head back to the other set. You didn't think it was going to be that in-depth tour, did you? That was an in-depth tour, right? So that gives you an idea of the studios here in Tampa.
But hey, we do this stuff because Krista's saying, I'm a member, I didn't even know about the Creative Toolkit. Checking it out now.
There you go. There you go. All right, Krista. Also, there's comments from other KelbyOne members, and these are unsolicited, so thank you very much for everybody who's watching today that is a KelbyOne member. We're very grateful that you'll drop in. Look at some of these comments.
Yeah, CB saying, KelbyOne instruction is nothing short of fabulous. Jane saying, KelbyOne taught this 75-plus-year-old lady Photoshop and Lightroom. Love it.
All right, Jane.
Then, Pain Doctor saying, KelbyOne rocks the Casbah. And then Haley saying, I would not know how to edit my photos without KelbyOne. Thanks, guys, for all your terrific instruction. KelbyOne membership is so worth it.
And there's so many more. Well, we'll go on that later. And here's a couple of comments just people sent to us, right?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Just really great comments. This is that this discussion where you go to talk about a class that you're watching. So anyway, really nice comments from people that are just unsolicited, and that's really awesome. So thank you guys. So just to reiterate, there's a new course every week. Now we sell our courses for $39, starting in 2026. You can buy, so starting in 30 days, you can buy any course you want and own it. It's your course, and it's $39 a piece. Because we do 52 a year, if you bought them all, it would only be $2,028. And if you want to do that, we would be delighted.
We'll let you.
We would let you if you want to buy each class and own them. Yep. So that's anyway. So they're $29 for the rest of this month, and then they go to $39 next month. All right. But we have a deal for new members only. Ready? All right. It includes, of course, a KelbyOne membership. But we put this bundle together, which is the most unbelievable bundle that we have ever done. All right, so let's take a look at the bundle here. All right, so it is an annual KelbyOne membership. So it includes a year of KelbyOne with full access to all of the classes and the toolkit and everything that I already showed you, right? All right, here's what else it includes, all right? It includes our Editing Essentials Pack, which is how to do sky replacements the right way. That's from Sir Germany, my Lightroom shortcuts, the landscape presets for Lightroom, my creative presets, and Erik's Sunset Spark Sky Replacement Pack. You get all of these editing essentials, the presets, the ebook, all of that stuff. You get all of that. This is yours to keep. Plus, you get this, the Best of KelbyOne Live. So we do an online course an online conference is the word, thank you. Yeah. An online conference every 2 months. We went and cherry-picked some of the best classes from these, 10 of them that are also going to be yours to keep. They're incredible classes, and they're taught in a very live environment. So then 10 incredible courses besides that. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, you're going to get the complete Lightroom learning system. We just launched this. This is the most complete thing I've ever done in my entire career on teaching Lightroom. It is a 7-day system that you learn in 7 days. And the reason I did this was I talked to so many people who've been using Lightroom for years and they don't feel real confident about it. I mean, they're like, oh, I'm okay at it, I'm all right. You've been using it for 5 years, 6 years, and you're not great at Lightroom? Yeah, I would say that's most people. Most people are, yeah, they're okay, or either they're struggling with it. This is designed to, in 1 week, and it is the most complete thing. I go through every aspect of Lightroom from beginning to end, and you get the entire complete Lightroom learning system is yours as well. So all of this stuff, there's so much more. There's also, I did a live, when all of the country, before COVID, I did it, but after COVID, I recorded it live in a theater in front of a live audience. It's called the Ultimate Photographer's Crash Course. And it was a huge hit. I did it in cities all over the US. I also did it, I think, in the UK as well. Yeah, I did. I did it in England as well. And you're going to get the entire thing recorded live in front of a live audience, which is much better than recording in front of a dead audience.
That's for sure.
All right. All of that stuff, everything I just showed you, right? For $199, which is pretty incredible. If you bought all those things from us, and I'm not talking about buying the individual classes. We know that alone is over $2,000. But if you just bought your KelbyOne membership and all of those other things that we just showed you, it would be well over $1,000 if you buy it today at that address you see at the bottom. It's kel.by/cyber25. That's the whole web address. You don't have to type in all the other stuff. It's just kel.by/cyber25. You get all of that stuff, which is, it's just a ton of stuff. It's just a ridiculous amount of stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, Erik, let's look at some deals from other people real quick.
Yeah. Skyloom, Luminar.
Oh,
They got a great deal. Love this software. They've got a cyber deal going off right now. It's like 77% off. So what's cool is you can get across all your devices their stuff for only a one-time payment of $139. So that's pretty cool. Or you can just get the desktop license for $99.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah. And then another one, On1. On1, if you're thinking about getting like their all-in-one editor,
On1.
which you're going to get like the noise reduction, which they have an awesome noise reduction. They have the
resizing.
portraits and resize, all that stuff. You're looking at $64.99.
That's ridiculous.
And then if you want the whole subscription to everything, it's $71 a year.
Yeah, those are tremendous deals. And I
deals.
use On1 stuff myself.
Me too.
I do an On1 podcast where I teach you how to use their software. It's called One on One. You might have seen that in the tour we did.
Yeah. So there we go.
Alrighty, well, guys, that gives you an idea of what's going on out there in the world of photography deals, and also what we're doing here at KelbyOne. I want to thank all of the folks that tuned in to support us today that are already Kelby members. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much for doing that. And for all of you who will be joining, more people will join KelbyOne today than any single day of the year. So go to kel.by/cyber25, and it's going to change so much for you. I mean, imagine what your life would be like if you were really, really good at Lightroom, if you really, really knew Photoshop inside and out, if you really knew how to use your camera, you really knew how to compose, and you were finally taking the type of images you always dreamed that you could take, imagine how much fun all of this would be. And that's our goal. Come with us. We're going to get you up to speed. You're going to have all kinds of great stuff. And really, what does it wind up being? About 65 cents a day.
But I think a big thing here, Scott, is that it's not only the classes, because we talk about the classes a lot, but it's the community. It's being with a community of people that when you're watching something, I can trust this information, that this is curated, and then I have support around me. And I'm not on a place online where a lot of people there's a lot of negativity out there. We don't have that in our community.
No, we don't.
And that's where, at the end of the day, you're going to get supported. And that's what a lot of us need at that stage when we're learning. We don't need to question, is this the right information? Am I hearing the right thing? And you can get lost on the internet nowadays. I mean, that's a big thing. I've been doing it right now because I've been getting into, with these smart telescopes, there's so much cross information, misinformation, people just lying, people not telling people the truth, not giving them all the secrets. That's the one thing about us is and you come to KelbyOne, our big thing is we're not gonna hold back the secrets. We're gonna tell you everything, what you want to know, when you want to know it.
Our job and what our success is based on is your success. If you do great, if you're taking great images, if you're getting really good instruction, that's how we get that's how we get there. That's our success. If you're doing great, we're doing great.
Yep, exactly.
So come and start your journey at kel.by/cyber25. For everyone that joined today, welcome. We are absolutely delighted to have you here. We are thrilled to have you as a member. It is going to be an incredible year. We've got an amazing slate of classes coming up for you and all kinds of surprises and things during the year. It's going to be an amazing 2026. And for those of you who just joined today, we are thrilled to have you here. Come along for the ride. It's going to be a great one. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to all of our members that tuned in as well. And we'll see you guys in class. Take care, everybody.